So what's up guys, Sam here, and I've had a bunch of comments over the past 6 months or so that have gone unanswered. Questions from you guys that I haven't answered purely because I've just missed them in the comment section. So this video is a roundup of all the top questions I've had from you guys. What gear do you use to make your videos? So this is by far the question that I've been asked the most when it comes to this channel, and I actually have done a couple of separate dedicated videos on different gear that I use to make my videos, but here's a quick little summary of everything that I use. So my main camera, the one that I'm shooting with right now, is the Canon T3i or 600D, and if you've ever seen any behind the scenes shots of my camera in any of my videos, then generally they've been shot with a camera that I'm loaning from a mate, and it's the Canon T2i or 550D, which is just the model before my T3i. So they're the two main cameras that I use. Actually, I'm kind of in the process of building a bit of a rig around my Canon T3i. So you might have seen that I've got a top handle at the moment, and I've added a hot shoe extender as well so I can mount other gear on top of the handle. But I am also thinking about adding a rail system so I can mount other gear, whether that be like a battery pack or a mat box. I'm thinking about adding those sorts of things in the future. And the whole reason for that is just to make my life as a filmmaker a lot more efficient. So if you want to see some updates on that, maybe let me know in the comments below. For lenses, I use 3 almost equally across every single video that I create for my YouTube channel, give or take. So I've shown you the Samyang 14mm and I've shown you the Samyang 24mm. Both of those lenses have dedicated video reviews on this channel. So if you want to find out more about them, make sure you check those videos out. But the one that I haven't mentioned too often is my Canon 50mm, the plastic cheap one that you buy. It's always everyone's first lens purchase. It was my first lens purchase, and it's absolutely been a workhorse. I've loved it, the focal length that you can get. So those 3 lenses are the ones that I use the most often. For audio, I literally only use one piece of equipment, and that is the Zoom H4n, both for my on-screen shots like this and also for my voiceovers. And that also has a dedicated video for it, so make sure you check that out. It's called Essential Film Gear, episode number 1, focusing on audio. Now, believe it or not, I don't actually own or use any sliders or jibs for any of my YouTube videos, and in fact, all of my trick shots are done with my 2 tripods. So I have the fancier FC02H and the Kennar 531B Plus tripods. Both are super affordable tripods, and they have some great features, perfect for what I need, and I actually use both about 50-50 in each of the videos that I make because both of them have different purposes, but they're my 2 tripods, so if you want to check them out, feel free to check the links below. What do you use to edit? Now, despite the recent trend towards Final Cut Pro X, which I have actually used, and I actually own it on one of my laptops, my MacBook Air in fact, but I do use Adobe Premiere Pro for all of my video editing. And that is purely and simply down to the fact that I came from Final Cut Pro 7 about a year ago, and the transition, believe it or not, was actually smoother going to Adobe Premiere Pro than it was to Final Cut Pro X. I also use After Effects in pretty much every single video that I make. So anytime that you see locked off tracking text or line callouts, they're all done in After Effects. Whereabouts are you in Australia? So a lot of you have probably picked up and can recognize by my accent that I am in fact Australian. If you didn't know, now you know. And as of right now, I am living in Sydney. What picture profile do you shoot in? Okay, so for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, a picture profile is something you can use on your DSLR. It's like a preset that you can kind of either load onto your camera or you can set one up yourself. And it basically means that we're optimizing the dynamic range of our DSLRs. Generally speaking, you want to be shooting in quite a flat picture profile so that when it comes to the editing process, and I'm talking more color grading and color correction here, you have as much detail in the image as possible. And if you're shooting with a super contrasty image, then you're not going to have as much information to play with. So flat picture profiles allow you to have that information that you need to make more specific tweaks to your color grade. A popular one heaps of filmmakers have used in the past is called Cine Style, which basically looks like this. And I have experimented with it in the past, but I just found that it was producing too much digital noise in my footage. Right now, I've actually just set up my own picture profile on my camera. So I've got the sharpening and the contrast set all the way to the lowest level, and saturation and color tone are sitting bang in the middle. And I've just found that this really suits my workflow, particularly when using the Canon T3i. But in saying that, I have heard of the Vision Color picture profile, and I am interested in checking that out in the future. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. If you have any other questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below. I do try and reply to all of you, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it was something a little bit different, but thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.